Well, I did say there was going to be a good fighting chance that this would be our next Spotlight review, and it's going to be. So here is the Power Rangers Lightning Collection in Space Yellow Ranger. And to this date, our very first in Space Power Ranger. Not counting the Psycho Rangers, even though that's where they originated in the series. They're not really Power Rangers. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging to kick things off here with the In Space Yellow Ranger. Lovely artwork for the side of the packaging of the front. Here we've got Power Rangers Lightning Collection, In Space Yellow Ranger, Hasbro, ages 4 and plus, warning, choking hazard, all that good stuff. On the side here we've got the continuation of that artwork with Power Rangers in Space. On this side here, same dealio. On to the back of the packaging, and here we got the promotional shot of the Yellow Ranger using her primary weapon, which is the Starslinger, if I'm not mistaken. And it's got a nice blast effect piece, which is already attached to my figure. So let's go ahead and take a look at the figure anyway. So here she is. Like I said, she's already got her weapon in her hands, and she looks good. We'll go ahead and remove that because we'll just go ahead and take a look at the weapon as the first thing. So here it is, the Starslinger, kind of like a futuristic slingshot. This is done out of a very clear bit of plastic that's actually a little flexible, so it's not going to break on you very easily. I don't know if this is actually detachable. I wouldn't try and do that, but it does tend to get in the way of handling the figure when you want to pose her with her weapon. It just, it just blocks certain ways. Anyway, her blast effect piece does actually peg into both ends here, which is a little difficult to remove, but it can be done. Also painted the tips in silver. That's nice, even though they might actually wear out eventually because of how much you actually pop these on and off, and they are pretty secured. So anyway, there you go. And there's the blast effect piece, which the promotional artwork showcased it in purple. It's actually this very clear blue. Okay. So, anyway, she also has another weapon, her blaster, which is common. So we'll go ahead and remove it if we can. Kind of stuck there, but anyway. Get the figure stand up so we can take a look at it. So here's the Astro Blaster, which looks good. It's got a lot of paint on it for something that is, just one of those standard weapons that they keep in their holster, don't really use every now and then. But we do have some silver here for this piece in the front. And we got some gold here, which is very tiny, but it is there for the Mega Ranger symbol. We also got some red here for this striping, which is, it's nice. It's really, really nice. And she can hold it very easily with no problems. You can even get it, her pointer finger or trigger finger, to loop into that hole, kind of. It's a tight fit, but it can be done. We'll go ahead and put that back in her holster now. Very comfortable fit. Good to go. Alright, so let's take a look at the Yellow Ranger now. So, for the most part, they nailed it. What can I say? We got some nice details here. I've got only one little nitpick about this, and I kind of feel like maybe the shoulders could come up just a little bit, because you see that huge gap there that's like a step. It just, it's a little bit of a catch to the eye, and not in a good way either. There's just too much of a plunge right there where the breakage is between the articulated shoulder joint and the collar section. Just, yeah, just a little bit of a nitpick. I get it. I know it's the engineering and how it's designed, and it's just, I'm not looking at a human being here. I'm looking at a toy, so it really shouldn't bother me. It's a nitpick, not really a complaint. Anyway, back to the figure. It is a basic costume. There really isn't that much to really talk about here. I mean, you've got some white for the stripe, and then you got the color patches here, which is showcasing the core 5 Rangers, basically. And then, of course, we got that lovely head sculpt with the very nice paint application all around. Looks good. Really impressed with this and how it turned out. Articulation is as follows: a ball joint at the head, a hinge joint at the neck, universal shoulder joints, which is a little tighter than Mighty Morphin Black, but hey, that's okay. Does go in and out, does rotate. It does have a butterfly joint, which works really good on this figure. Bicep swivel cut is not present. It's down below above the elbow joint, so it makes up for it. We have single jointed elbows that does get 9 degrees of bend. Wrist rotation, we have a hinge joint for inward and outward movement. Upper ball jointed torso. We got ab crunch, that much going back, this much going forward. We also have the universal hip joints, that much kicking forward, especially with the skirt piece, which does get out of the way. Very nice. Nothing going back at all. We have quite the split here, which is nice. We have thigh swivel rotation. We also have double jointed knees. We do have a cut around the top of the boot section. We have a hinge joint for up and down movement at the feet, which also includes that lovely ankle rocker pivot. Very nice. A really, really good entry into the in-space side of the Lightning collection. Now, let's take a look at another accessory, which is the alternate head sculpt of Ashley, our in-space Yellow Ranger. A lot of people complain about this one only because of the teeth. Yeah, sometimes it can be a hit or miss when they're grinning. Yeah, I get it. But, you know, it does bring a little attitude to the character rather than being just a generic stern look. I do appreciate any chance that they actually try something a little different here. You know, it didn't work good for the Mighty Morphin Pink Ranger, but for Yellow Ranger in space, they kind of nailed it, in my opinion. Or maybe it's just my copy. My copy actually looks so much better than some of the other ones that I've seen online. So, anyway, you know what time it is. Go ahead and remove the head. And we'll pop this one on, which should be as easy as 1, 2, 3, which it's a lot easier than Black Ranger. And there you go. See, she looks pretty good with it. Yeah, I've done some Photoshop images of her. I can show one real quickly. So we'll go ahead and remove that now, and we'll put back on her head here. And call this a video, pretty much. Anyway, her head's a little loose now. Only because It does that after a while, but, you know, it's just something that you got to deal with. It will tighten up over time, but anyway, that's really it. I could show off the alternate hands, which I did not do in the previous video, and I do apologize for that, but they're still in the box. I forgot to pull them out, and you know how it is with me and the alternate hands. I really don't care. It's just as long as the figure comes with weapons. Those are the only hands that really matter to me. It's just the ones that can hold their weapons. Yeah, you know, it is what it is. That's fine. So let's go ahead and wrap this up by doing a quick side-by-side comparisons here, so you can get an idea of how tall Ashley is compared to Psycho Yellow. Pretty much the same height as it should be. Not much else to really say about this. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up here. Do I recommend her? Absolutely. Not bad for our first in-space Power Ranger figure, with in-space Red Ranger to come very shortly with the Astronema in that 2-pack. Can't wait to review that if it ever gets here. I'm still upset about that FedEx. Anyway, questions or comments? Do hit it down below in the comment section of the video. If you like today's video review, hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget to give me a sub up. If you didn't like it, hit the thumbs down. Don't forget to throw in the towel. And let me just put this in for the thumbnail. And until next time, my friends, this is Red is Power signing off, saying thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.